A car accident burned the driver down to just skeletal remains. What initially appeared to be a traffic accident turned out to conceal a conspiracy murder case. During examination, Hodgins discovered that a vaporizer had been newly installed in the vehicle. They could trace valuable leads through its serial number. The police tracked down the seller of the vaporizer. The store clerk described the buyer as very tall with brown hair, and judging by his attire, quite wealthy. Beyond that, there were no other leads. The intern discovered a circular fracture on the parietal bone. This injury indicated that the victim's head had struck the steering wheel, proving that the victim was already unconscious before the vehicle hit the guardrail. Due to extensive facial damage from the fire, Angela could only reconstruct a partial likeness. Fortunately, she found the victim's wallet. Using tweezers, Angela extracted a well-preserved chip. Through scanning the chip, they identified the deceased as Daniel, who had divorced his wife 6 years ago. The body showed healed fractures on the nasal bone, zygomatic bone, and both sides of the eye sockets. These fractures had occurred approximately 5 to 10 years ago. The left pubic bone and radius also displayed fractures from the same period. These injuries matched Daniel's medical records perfectly, confirming the victim was indeed Daniel. Investigation revealed that 6 years ago, Daniel had multiple late-night emergency room visits during the period when he and his wife were going through their divorce proceedings. It appeared Daniel had been experiencing domestic violence at the time. Investigators located Daniel's ex-wife. She said the last time she saw Daniel was several months ago when he took her to court, seeking to reduce the alimony payments he had originally promised her. When confronted with suspicion of murder, the ex-wife immediately denied it, arguing that since their divorce, Daniel had been required to pay her a substantial monthly alimony, so she had no reason to kill him. The intern discovered an avulsion fracture at the lower edge of the 4th cervical vertebra and upper edge of the 5th cervical vertebra. Based on this clue, they deduced that Daniel had been struck in the face with a triangular blunt object. When Daniel attempted to defend himself, his hands and arms were also injured. The force of the blow caused Daniel to rapidly retreat, causing his neck to strike an object with a sharp edge, resulting in spinal damage. The spinal injury was severe enough to be fatal. The medical examiner found strange burn marks on the frontal bone. While Daniel's body had been subjected to fire, when necrotic bone is burned, the injury patterns typically show linear longitudinal fractures. However, this fracture displayed a crescent-shaped pattern, indicating it was an injury sustained before death. It appeared the victim had been struck with a triangular, scorching hot, blunt object, a description that perfectly matched an iron. Angela examined the victim's assistant's computer and discovered that between 10:30 and 11:30 p.m. that night, the assistant had inadvertently shut down the security system at a client's home. Investigation revealed this client was Daniel's ex-wife. It appeared the assistant had used their position at the security company to help Daniel break into his ex-wife's home. The two had even met in person to communicate about this. Afterward, the assistant feared being fired by the company for unauthorized deactivation of the security system. When the murder occurred, they realized they had become an accomplice. More importantly, they worried that their husband David would discover their affair with Daniel, which is why they concealed the last time they had seen Daniel. Investigators returned to the ex-wife. During the investigation, they found men's clothing under the bed.